Boo.
Hey. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the 745 mental health channel. Sky in the ceiling. How you
No, that
feeling?
wasn't my turn. Hey guys, welcome back to the 745 podcast. Sky in the ceiling. How you feeling?
I'm feeling deliciously great.
I'm feeling a little tired.
Me too, a little.
Okay, guys, I know my intros are always better than Zach's. You don't need to say anything. It's great.
That's wild.
Did you just make a side eye? Okay, whatever. Today we're talking about something that I think is one of the reasons for our friendship. Or like one of our starting conversations.
Yes.
Which is...
Organization.
Yes. Would you say you're an organized person now?
Relatively to myself, I consider myself organized.
Relatively to yourself? What does that even mean?
Okay, so like if a neat freak came into my room, if a freaky, needy freak came into my room, and so if a super organized neat freak were to walk into my room, they would probably rate me, I would say like a 8 out of 10 on the neat wise.
Hot take, but not really hot take. Well, hot take may be coming from me. I don't think being organized is equal to being a neat freak.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start with that, because I have a lot to say about that.
I think it also says a lot about your type of personality and like what type of person you are. I think being organized is you know where everything goes or where everything is, and not like really like
And it's easily accessible. Like, you should not have that much trouble finding things or figuring where things belong or what to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, how do you stay organized? What are your like tips and tricks? You or I could go first.
Okay, I'll go first. So, firstly, everything sort of has like a home-ish, but more of so I have like a routine. So, like, I have a routine, so really, like, if one thing isn't really where it's, like, supposed to be, I can kind of just, like, retrace my steps of, like, where it might be. So, like, for example, like, when I get home from the gym, right, I walk through the door, I put my gym bag right in my front closet, and then I walk up my stairs, you know, like, and then I usually, put, like, my dirty clothes in the laundry, and then, yeah, and that's so I just know where, like, everything is, and then I know, like, what's in my gym bag, because all my gym stuff, right, but also, like, with school, like, I keep my backpack organized, too, but not, like, in my backpack, I just have 2 sections, right, I have, like, for my binders and just non-binders, right, and then I just know what the colors are, and so, for me, personally, I think, like, it's just, like, I think it's more efficient, rather than having to sort my backpack all the time before in every class. I think if I just know where like everything is, kinda, I can just go get it, right? Cause like, what's the point of sorting it if I already know where it is?
Word.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was talking about, but I didn't realize that you were gonna go like a physical organizing. I'll hit you with not mental organization, but just more like event organization. I got a lot of things going on at school, especially. I just have I'm running a lot of things, so organization is hella important, super important. So the apps I use, which you should download, Reminders app is already on almost every Apple device, and there's a version for Androids. Also, Google Calendar is my ride or die. I put Zach on, I put everyone on. It's the best creation. You can use Apple Calendars too if you're like a loser. No, I'm kidding. But like, it's fine. But I think Google Calendars looks a little more organized-y feeling. But the second I hear an event, I put it in the calendar. I have it on my phone, my computer, my iPad. Everyone's got it, so no matter where I am, there's a screen who can input it into like the cloud basis. Mm-hmm. And so everything goes in there. I put when it starts and when it ends. Some people I found out put like in the title, dentist appointment 10 p.m. That's not what you should do. It's dentist appointment and then in the time slot 10 p.m. So it'll be ordered in the 10 p.m. way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's going to the dentist at 10 p.m.?
It's
a little late, right?
I just thought of a random time.
Okay.
But anyways, I just think that's important. I also have separate calendars for separate things. I have a Katie Woo separate calendar. I have a school calendar. I have all meet Geffen Media. I won't believe, but Geffen Media calendar, and then I have the Woo Family official calendar with everyone's junk in it. And I think that's really important because, one, you can turn off certain calendars if you're just trying to see something else. Oh, we have the 745/GBP calendar. So it's helpful for that. Also, like, color coordination is really helpful for me because, just like Zach said, even with physical items, knowing what color goes where, it, like, eliminates one extra step of, like, having to, like, notice. I would say my reminders app and my Google Calendar app are, like, my second brain. I feel like because I have so much going on, that does, like, some thinking for me, and I can... Like, that's just one less thing I have to worry about, which is what I think is really helpful with organization, is that it's one less thing you have to care about. Yes, it could be time-consuming and tedious while you're doing it, but it'll help future you type vibe. Yeah. Also, clean room, clean mind.
I 100% agree. So, yeah, I want to, like, just touch on two things. Like, okay, for me, I agree that the reminders are great. Like, I use them, like for habitual things, but also for like appointments, specifically like dentists or dermatologists or ophthalmologist or biologist or all the gists. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I use them for appointments, but also just like random stuff. But also, like, what's nice is like once you do it enough, you'll just really remember. And like for like bigger things, like I definitely don't write everything down like Katie does, because I kind of like to remember the things. I feel like if I don't write it down, I'll like really have to remember it, and that helps me remember it. But yeah, I feel like that's the thing, is like I know I'll remember it, so I don't really like to write it down. But to be honest, I wouldn't advise that actually, and I've been sort of like trying to change a little, because it's probably better. I could probably focus on other things if I just wrote it down, but at the same time, like, keeping a calendar is just another thing that I have to worry about in general, where like I feel like for me that's the thing that would give me more stress than like take away from it. So yeah, that's my take. And okay, just talk about my clean room.
Oh yeah, I can.
So I try and make my bed as often as possible.
Oh my god, you're a billionaire.
Yeah. Because making your bed, like, it just puts you in that productive mindset, and it gives me a reason to get out of bed actually. And then also it's just like looking at something, like, you ever watch those satisfying videos? Like, when you see a nice room, that's a satisfying video. You're already kicking off the day with some good dopamine and serotonin. And it's just also the repetition. Like, repetition and routine builds a sense of like control or comfortableness, or just something you can, like, is going to be there. It's your ride or die. So yeah, making your bed is definitely great. Do you want to add on to that?
Yeah. Well, I have a lot to add on to your whole thing.
Okay.
I think for Zach and I are not the same person, and so we
Not
have.
at all. Clearly.
Yeah, obviously, one of us smells weird and one of us doesn't.
One of us has like huge muscles. One of us obviously doesn't.
Thanks. My muscles are getting bigger. But I think for different people, it's okay. What organization is yes, it's being neat, it's being clean, it's being efficient, all these things. But what really matters with this is if it's sustainable.
Ooh.
Because if it's not sustainable, then you're doing nothing. In fact, you're just wasting time. Seriously, you're just wasting time. Hot take, Notion is not the app. I don't like it at all. It's too confusing. It's too much. It's too many options. There's too much going on. They just released a new Notion calendar. Awful. No hate, but it's too much, too overwhelming. You have to constantly keep up with it. It doesn't have like the automatic features that like Reminders has, where it's like it'll remind you every single day and you don't need to keep updating it over and over again. And it's just so much. Apple and Google just know how to do it more intuitively, and it's so much easier to keep it going. So that's my thoughts on that. Same with why I think those people who write those like journals that are like habit tracker, sleep tracker. No, it's not gonna work for people like Zach. It's not gonna work for people like me. It works for a very like the top 1% of like neat freakish people, because some people don't have the habit to check it off every single day, or you forget to, or it's too much work and it's annoying. Second, people have bad days, and so then you just forget and it adds up and it's just crappy. And third of all, it's unsustainable and annoying. It's better to be simple and be able to repeat over and over again than complicated AF and not know what the heck is going on. So it has to be sustainable, which is why if what Zach does is sustainable for him, that's what's just gonna work best, and he can't just copy my way of doing it. So maybe don't just copy everything we're saying, and instead just do what's sustainable for you. Okay, anyways, not everything on your list is as equally important. You gotta learn to prioritize. Some things are urgent, some things are emergency, and some things can be pushed back if needed. And you don't have to, you shouldn't procrastinate, but you also don't have to be in the mindset of doing everything in one night. That's unsustainable. Again, unsustainable. So learn to delegate. Learn that some things that you don't have to do. I realize, like, some things, if I don't want to do it or I don't have time, that's why there's 2 people running this podcast. Because one of us might have time.
Exactly.
So it's important to delegate. It's important to ask for help. It's important to prioritize. And yeah, there's also such thing as over-organizing and overdoing it.
Yeah, and under-organizing and underdoing it.
Yeah. So like all things, balance. It's balance. It's balance. It's sustainability. It's trying your best. Humans are humans. What can you do? We just want to do our best. And that's all that really matters.
Yeah. I think that was... Here, I'll take this. I think that was, like, super well put, actually.
Thanks.
And, like, I know there's this, like, general concept of organized where it's, like, pencils are straight and sharpened and everything's in line and whatnot. But I, like, really encourage everyone to find what their general organized really means to them. Because same way in, like, how everyone, like, thinks differently for, like, mathematically, like, people's brains work differently too with organization. And so, I mean, yes, there's, like, a general concept of organized, like, if there's dirty clothes all over the floor and it's, like, difficult for you to walk around because there's dirty clothes on the floor, you know, that's not really organized. And we're like, oh, I know where my dirty clothes are. Yeah, they're on their floor, but maybe, like, consolidate them, you know. But I think just, like, how it works for everyone is very relative, especially because my dad is a very neat freak guy, and so he even, like, got, like, these organizers to, like, come to our house.
Whoa.
Even though it's, like, already pretty organized, and, like, they had to, like, go through my room, which I wasn't very happy about because I had my whole system going, and, like, yes, overall it did organize it more generally. Like, oftentimes I find myself, like, not knowing where things are because it was kind of recent, so, like, I just, like, had to, like, kind of rework my room, right? And also, like, even when I do know where things are now, like, sometimes the things I use more are more inconvenient to get out than, and so, like, yes, everything's more organized, got rid of all the junk and stuff. Okay, so I think that's actually what organization is. Getting rid of all the junk, so it's, like, really, like, all there, you know? And so, like, it's there when you need it, like your reminders, right? It's there when you need it. But yeah, so find what organized means for you guys. And maybe leave it in the comments too.
Yeah, sounds great. Keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on. Peace.